Alright, what's up, dudes? Sorry about that, but yeah, my parents are here and they're like out there right now, so I'm gonna keep it down a little bit for them. They're here for New Year's, so I'm excited that they're here or whatever. But okay, so as I was saying, I left off talking about really the whole point that I've been making is that we have to start looking at women as quit looking at them as if there's some prize to be won, and that they're these people that we have to give them a good experience or that we have to save them from all these simps and bad approaches and blah, 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 and that they're not attracted to us as well. Because as we were seeing in the video, he keeps fucking framing it as like you're this attractive woman being pestered by all these men that want you, and you want to be the guy that she chooses. Like if she's fucking choosing us, you know what I mean? She doesn't fucking choose us, bro. It's either on or it's fucking not. Like, I mean, I don't want to sound ignorant. Yes, she does choose us at some level. Like we choose her at some level, but it's not the way that fucking David D'Angelo or anybody in these lower validation seeking frames, these pickup frames, are trying to frame it as. She's not fucking choosing us. It's just on, I don't even know how to explain it. There's no choice happening. You walk up, she feels the frame is set correctly. She just feels that you're on, and then she gets attracted to you. But I'll get more into that in a little bit. So the point being, because the name of the fucking stream is Imagine Being Approached by a Woman, which by the way, I'm just gonna leave it up as two separate live streams. But imagine being approached as a woman. The point I'm making in general overall is that imagine being approached as a woman and it's on. Like the guy, I'll just make the fucking point now. Fuck it. It's just fucking on, okay? What's gonna happen? I was walking around earlier today, so my parents got here last night, and I was hanging out with them today. I was able to go downtown today. Hadn't been downtown in a few weeks, maybe even like over maybe a couple of months or something. So I was down. That's why I wasn't able to stream earlier. Like I've been streaming every day during the daytime. I wasn't able to because I was downtown. So I was walking around downtown and I was thinking about, like, fuck, I should have been fucking streaming. I should be streaming right now, but I can't because, I'm out, whatever. I'm thinking about everything I've been talking about during the fucking streams. And what do I keep fucking saying? I keep telling you guys, it's always fucking on, right? It doesn't, there is no like warming up. I think warming up is mad fucking cheesy. I think if you have to warm up, it's because you're still in a validation seeking frame and you need to warm up so you get a little bit of validation from different girls. And then after you get so much validation, now you're warmed up and now like you can just start gaming because you're fearless now, right? Because you've gotten the validation you need, you've gotten that box checked off. You can forget about it now and you can actually just start being yourself now, right? And it's like, that's super fucking cheesy, bro. There's no need to warm up. It's always fucking on. So I'm downtown thinking like that, and I'm with my mom. I'm walking around with my mom and I'm just like, I was seeing some pretty girls or whatever. I wasn't really seeing any girls that were approach worthy to me, but I was like, I'm seeing some pretty girls, and I was like, if I were to see a pretty girl right now, let's say I wasn't with my mom, because I'm not about to start trying to pick up girls while I'm with my mom, but I was thinking, let's say I wasn't with my mom, I don't really feel on right now, and I don't really feel like I need to warm up. But I know if I was to walk up to a girl right now, I would feel very flat. And she definitely wouldn't like, I wouldn't be into somebody walking up to me like all fucking boring like I feel right now. And not even boring, but just not, there's just a certain way it feels when you're on. And I'm like, I've been telling these dudes that I'm always on, but like clearly I'm not fucking on right now. And then I started thinking, what makes it on? What warms me up when I see a hot girl, and because I wasn't seeing any really approachable girls, like I'm telling you. If I were to see the reason that I feel like this right now at that time, right? The reason that I feel like I don't feel like I could approach a girl I don't feel on right now is because I haven't seen a girl that's attractive. And if I see a girl that's attractive, it's gonna wake me up and I'm like, oh shit, let me go see what's up with her, if I wasn't with my mom. And that's what gets me on. That's what warms me up. Seeing a girl that's hot, she heats me up. That's what she's called, a hot girl, right? Because it warms me up when I see her. So, and then once I walked up to her, what's going to happen is she's going to need to fucking feel that I'm on. That's why you'll hear girls say, like, there's nothing more attractive than to a woman than pure masculine desire. Like it's like so irresistible to them when a guy can just walk up and have desire for her, and there are no fucking there's no pretext, there's just nothing in the way. The guy's not caught in his head, blah blah blah. Like the guy can just walk up and be like, yeah, I'm into you, girl, like I'm into you and I don't care, you know. They love to feel that. Maybe they'll play this game where they're like, oh, I don't know, or whatever. But what's going on, going back to the title of the fucking video, right? Imagine you're a girl being approached. If the guy walks up and he's on, like if we're on, you know, and we drop all this game that we think we need to use or whatever, we literally just walk up and it's about feeling good. It doesn't matter what we say, it doesn't matter all this stupid game shit. We can just walk up, feel good, pull her in, and just immediately be like, it's on, girl. Like I'm on, and you're just like, you're in my frame now, and in my frame, it's fucking on. What's gonna happen from the girl's perspective when she's being approached by a guy is she's gonna start to adjust to you feeling on, and she's going to be adjusting to you, as opposed to what David D is saying in this fucking video where we have to adjust to the girl. When it's fucking on, you're on regardless of what the fuck she does. I'm going to say whatever whatever verbal bullshit. Like I'm just going to be like, oh, look at this stupid shit. Oh, this is cool. What's up, girl? What are you doing, girl? What's going on right here, girl? What is this shit you're getting here? And just start making conversation about nothing, because once she looks into my eyes and once she sees that I'm on, like I just feel good and nothing could fucking ruin it. Like her approval is not going to affect whether I feel on or not. I'm just fucking on, and I'm pulling you into my frame, bitch, because I'm the one that's fucking on. Then she's going to be like, oh damn, what's up with this guy? And she's gonna start trying to adjust. She might start trying to test it and be like, is he really on? And what is she testing when she's testing it? She's trying to see if her reactions are gonna control whether I continue to feel fucking on or not. And once she realizes that it doesn't, that she can't affect me, that's gonna attract her more. And then she's gonna start doing other funny shit where she's trying to get me to like break my frame. Not even she wants to see me break my frame. She wants to see me not break my frame. She's going to try to break my frame to see me not break my frame. And every time I pass the test, I'm sure you guys know the fucking famous Rick H quotes, the strongest frame will always win. Well, the strongest frame will always win. And the strongest frame is the frame that's fucking on and that you feel good all the time. I mean, what do girls feel when they're out and they're partying? Woo! And I'll just start being that they want to dance and just be like, woo, and making random sounds and stuff because to them, it's about just having a good time and feeling good in your body. So once she starts to knock out her little test, she starts trying to adjust to you. She tries to make it look like you're a creep or approaching her, and you just don't give a fuck. You're just like, I feel good no matter what you do, fucking bitch. And if you want to be in my fucking frame, you're gonna feel good, and that's the only way you can be in my frame. And if you're not feeling good, you're gonna qualify yourself out of the frame. So now she's gonna get anxiety and be like, oh, I want to make sure that he likes me because I'm sure you guys have known that. Like, I know I used to think about this all the time too, where I'd be like, bro, how is it that when I walk up to the girl, I feel this need to keep performing and getting her to like me? But with other guys, she'll be the insecure one and she'll want the guy to like him and she won't know what to do. And she'll fall into the fucking like pickup frame trying to get the guy. Why does that never happen to me? And even when that would happen to me, I still wouldn't be able to receive it. I would still be keeping trying to game her, you know, because I wasn't just on all the time. I wasn't just like, it wasn't about me just feeling good and not giving a fuck and maintaining this frame that's just about feeling good. That's what the frame is. The frame is just you come up, you're just feeling good, and the frame is just about feeling good. And if you're people that are getting caught up and like, I need to do all these things and I need to receive all this validation before I can feel good, you fucking do not have any of that in your game. And your game is just like, fuck that. I don't need to do shit to feel good. I just fucking feel good. And I don't give a fuck what I say or what weird movement that I do or how awkward this is. I don't give a fuck. That's the true I don't give a fuck game. And because I got the I don't give a fuck game about I don't give a fuck what the fuck happens, I'm gonna feel good no matter what. And my frame is just about fucking feeling good. Once the girl feels that, that's when she's gonna start to do this shit that I used to get so confused about before. Like, How do I get the girl to qualify herself to me and do all this shit? How do I even qualify the girl to begin with? It's when you're the one that feels good, she can feel your frame is rock fucking solid, and she's gonna adjust and try to be like, I can feel good too. And she's gonna be trying to keep up with you and say nonsense too and show that she's just like a feel good person too. And that's how you flip the fucking script. But really, you're not flipping the script, bros. You just are feeling good, and that's all you give a fuck about. You're maintaining a certain fucking vibe, and you're not flipping the script. You're just owning a vibe and present in that vibe, and she's gonna adjust to you. And going back to fucking David D's bitch ass, right? When he's saying, imagine being a fucking attractive woman. Yeah, she's used to guys not just feeling good and not establishing a frame that's about feeling good, and it's not about her. It's not about her. But all these other fucking simpy dudes, and what she's used to is guys walking up to her like she's the prize and making the frame about her and about making her feel good rather than the frame. Being in the frame is what feels good. And because you walked up, it's your frame. You set the fucking conditions for what the fuck means what. And in your frame, to be in the frame, you just have to feel good. It's not about fucking, I need to make you feel good or you need to make me feel good. It's just about feeling good on our fucking own and through the frame. We just don't give a fuck and we feel good because we don't give a fuck. The frame is just about being like, I don't need anything to feel good. I just feel good. I can say anything. I can do anything. I can do whatever. And because of that, the bar is so low for what I need to say and what I need to do. And it's just about feeling good. I can literally just be like, blah. Like I could just do some shit like that. I could just be like, I could just be looking at her like, and it's just like, I just feel good, bitch. I don't even have to say anything, you know? And she's not going to know how to react. It's just going to be like, yo, he's not trying to make me feel good. He doesn't need my reaction he just fucking feels good. And like I'm saying, it's so foreign to them at first that they're going to try to test it and try to see if it's a gimmick. And once the more they start to realize, like, no, this dude just doesn't give a fuck and feels good on his own, that's going to be intriguing to her. And from the uh, perspective of a woman, the perspective of a woman, like I just said, is guys trying to make her feel good and make the frame about her feeling good. Fuck that. And we're also don't give a fuck about these guys that are giving her these bad approaches because we're not there to fucking save her either. We're there to feel good and to exist in this feel good frame. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to fucking David D, dudes. Let me pop this fucking back up. Again, sorry about the fucking break in the last stream, but I appreciate you guys. This is now my third attempt to get this stream rolling. Let's finish this video and finish reacting to it.
Work, to the things you enjoy. How often are you just running into just various guys who might be interested in you in one way or another that are subtly or not so subtly approaching you? How often is that happening? What are some of the most common ways that...
Okay, again, he's talking about how many, when he's saying these guys that are subtly or not so subtly approaching you, how does he mean that? He means approaching you in the sense like they're walking up and being like, I can make you feel good. Look, me being here makes you feel good. Do you like me now? Now that I'm here, are you turned on? Like, do you feel good enough by my approach or my presence? Can I buy you something, whatever? Can I make you feel good somehow so you'll like me? And it's this constant guys asking them to like them, asking her to like them, and asking her to give her validation and give them her energy. And of course, this is going to be fucking exhausting. And this is the frame that David D'Angelo is trying to set. He's trying to be like, from the perspective of a fucking beautiful woman, all these guys are trying to get them to get her to like them, but you're going to be the guy that she likes because you're going to know what to do. You're going to have the right game that he's going to probably go into in this, whatever DVD this is. I'm going to tell you what those techniques are now to get her to like you and choose you over the other guys. What he's not getting is that we don't give a fuck if she chooses us. We don't need fucking shit from this bitch. We don't give a fuck if she chooses us. We feel good whether she chooses us or not. And we have a feel good fucking frame. And if she wants to be part of the feel good frame and join the party, then she can fucking adjust to us, you know? But David D is still here like, This is how you're gonna get her to like you. You know, the attractive woman, you have to take it on from her perspective. She's just exhausted by all these guys that don't know how to do what she needs, so she'll like them. And it's like, bro, we don't give a fuck if she likes us or not. It's fucking irrelevant. We're gonna feel good regardless.
Guys are approaching you. And when I say common, what are the things that just happen over and over and over? The guys are not even conscious are common. Do most of the men that approach you,
What the guys are doing that most of them are aware of that is common is that they're in a validation loop, which we keep talking about in these streams, and we're gonna keep talking about them, dudes. As I said in the previous stream right before this one, before I had to cut it, everybody, it's taken me 17 years to figure out that I was even in a validation loop, what a validation loop consists of, and literally how to drop all game. We do the game so we can eventually just drop all fucking game, because it's not the game, it's the frame. And again, David D'Angelo here is what he's saying. I hope you guys are starting. I hate that I keep repeating myself, but it bears worth repeating. For you guys that are caught in validation loops, I will keep repeating it as many times as you fucking need me to, until you finally realize what the fuck I'm saying, how to drop game, and how to not need the girl. If you need the girl in any way, you're cooked. And this is what he's saying here. What are the common approaches that you're seeing? What are the things that keep happening? It's the guys keep walking up to her, needing her to like them, needing her to give them validation, needing her in any way whatsoever. They're being like, hey, I like you. Do you like me? I need you to like me so I can feel good. And then when she doesn't do it, the guys get mad and frustrated, like, fucking bitch is stuck up. If you're saying stupid shit like that bitch is stuck up, or like she's like conceited so she didn't like me, or she's like out of my league, maybe on the lower level, or you're putting it on yourself and being insecure. But if at any level you're doing any kind of cope or expressing any kind of frustration or insecurity or anything like that because the girl didn't like you back in any way, you need her to like you. Part of dropping game is to stop needing the girl in any way whatsoever, and needing her to need you in any way whatsoever, and get her in some qualification. It doesn't matter whether she fucking needs you back or she gives you what, none of that matters. What matters is maintaining and existing in that feel good frame and not giving a fuck and feeling good no matter fucking what. This is why I was telling you guys before that I basically walk around in fucking state. You know what I mean? Even when I was saying I was walking around earlier at the supermarket and I was just like not really on, I don't mean I wasn't really on in the sense that I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling good, bros. Another thing that I noticed when I was walking around, bro, is that I used to think a lot more. I used to have so many more thoughts going through my head when I was not always in state or not always on in the sense, because I'd always just be like thinking about like, what do I need? What is my life? I'm trying to get my life in order. Who the fuck even am I? And I was trying to answer all these questions. And I'm like, once I figure this out, then I will feel whole. Then I will feel good. And now I literally just like, there's very little that goes through my head now. Like my head is almost basically fucking empty. This is why you've seen a lot in the pickup community where they're like, you need to get present to start doing meditation and mindfulness work and blah, 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 blah. And just, you know what I mean? Like clear your mind, because that's what it's like. That's what it's like to not give a fuck. Not giving a fuck is not being this like crass, abrasive, just like do this, like letting the whole world know that you don't give a fuck, because people always say, right, if you have to show everybody that you don't give a fuck, it means you really give a fuck. Yeah, I agree with that 100%, but it used to confuse me. Like, what does that even mean? You want to know what it means? Not giving a fuck means like you literally don't even fucking think about it. You don't have any need to express it. I literally most of the time, like I'm telling you, since I walk around basically in state from fucking sun up till sun fucking down, most of my day I'm not even, actually I became aware of it because this is how I became aware of it. So I was out in town, and then I believe I ran into somebody. Or no, this isn't today. I mean, today I was becoming aware of like how my head was empty, but it's because I was remembering that I want to say it was like 2 days ago or something. I went down to the store to do some shit, you know what I mean? And I remember seeing some person that I know from around here, and I was like, it's not that I hate them or anything, but I'm just not really interested in talking with them, and not even in a negative way. It's just like it's a person that I see, and they like me, but I don't necessarily get excited when I see them, you know? And then I saw the guy, and the guy comes up and he started talking with me, you know, and we end up having a conversation, and then we end up having a laugh. And then I end up saying, all right, later, man. I'm like, we're all like, I'm laughing with him. And there was like a girl that was in there that's like the cashier, and like all three of us are laughing as I'm leaving. And then I remember as I'm leaving, I was like, that's so interesting because when he walked up to me, I was sort of feeling like I don't, because he walked up excited to see me, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm not really excited, but now because he's excited to see me, I did get this sensation where I'm like, I sort of like, I don't want to be mean. He's excited to see me, so I want to have a good experience with them and like be nice or whatever. But at the same time, I'm not excited, and I don't really. It's not that I don't care to talk with them, like in a dismissive way. Like I mean, in a neutral way. Like I just have no emotion. I don't feel like talking with them, but I'm just gonna talk with them anyway. Like I had a feeling like that. I'm just describing the feeling. It's not like I had all these thoughts in my mind, but because I'm literally always in state and in state in true I don't give a fuck mode. When he walked up to me, there wasn't these thoughts going through my head. The old me, like fucking 10 years ago, would have seen this guy and I would have been like, fuck, what am I gonna say, man? I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. Like, I want to be nice to him. He likes me or whatever, but I don't care about him. I don't know what to say, and I would have been talking with him the whole time. I would have had fucking dialogue going on in my fucking or monologue going on in my fucking brain, where I would have been like, what are we talking about? I'm trying to keep up, find something interesting to say because I would have been given a fuck to try to create a good experience for him because I just want to give him a good experience because he's excited to see me, you know? That means I'm not in state. Now that I do walk around basically in state 24 fucking 7, dudes, my head is fucking empty. Like I was able to be present when he came up to me and I wasn't strategizing or anything. I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to say whatever I have to say, I'm just gonna like I just received what he said. I'm just like I'm just gonna say what feels good. It doesn't matter what I say. I don't have to try to say something cool to make him feel good. I'm just gonna be like blah. He would say whatever, just be like ah, and then he would just be like yeah, and I was just like yeah, and then it ended up turning into a laugh at the end where we're literally just if you would listen to the actual words that we're saying, they're not impressive at all. But the thing that we're laughing at, the what releases the tension is that we don't give a fuck what we say. We're gonna feel good. It's just we're just exchanging feel good energy, and the way that we do that is by saying minimal, low bar shit and not giving a fuck that it's not anything impressive. We just don't care. We just say whatever the fuck we feel, and then we're just like, ha, that felt good to just not give a fuck, you know? And that's how I was able to create that situation. And there was nothing going through my mind the entire time. I was moment to moment. I was fully present and I wasn't caught in some kind of like trying to create a moment bullshit. I just didn't give a fuck and I lived that in the moment. And when I was walking around earlier today, it was the same exact fucking thing where I was like, well, I'm not really on right now. As far as like, I don't feel like attracted to any girls right now. I'm not turned on by any girls right now, but I'm still walking around in state in the sense that my head is so fucking empty. And that's why these pickup guys are always being like, meditate to clear your mind and be fully present and hold eye contact and have nothing go because that's what it truly means to not give a fuck. You don't even think anything and you don't feel the need to show anybody that you don't give a fuck. You just don't care and you don't think about it and you don't give a fuck. All right, let's get back to David D.
Approach you directly, or do they do it indirectly? Are they trying to like sneak in by seeming like they're starting a casual conversation?
Okay, again, he keeps framing the frame as like the guys are trying to get in there somehow because they're trying to get you to like them. From the perspective, this is for us guys, they're trying to, because like I said earlier, we're trying to understand what is even happening during an approach. We're trying, how do we even get the girl to like us during an approach? What is it that the girl needs for her to like us? Which is this lower level frame that we're trying to drop. We're trying to drop all game. And to drop all game, we have to transcend this fucking frame that David B is fucking doing his best to illustrate right now. We're like, they're approaching you subtly and they're like, what is these common themes that you keep seeing? And it's like, For him to be in this mindset and be thinking about this, he's thinking about like, what's the girl's experience, so we understand what she needs, so she'll like us. Drop that shit. We don't give a fuck what she needs, so she'll like us. We just feel good regardless of what the fuck she needs.
After this has happened to you for a while, what is your assumption about any man that starts a conversation with you on an
Any man that starts a conversation from the girl's perspective, if he's a guy, it's like he's gonna try to get me to like him somehow. And everything he's doing is super obvious. Cheesy pickup line. He's trying to stand back and not invade my space and slowly fucking work his and worm his way in there to get me to like him. He's slowly escalating. He's being very tentative and hesitant. He's trying to make sure I like him before he does anything. I have complete control over the interaction because it depends on whether or not I approve of his approach, whether or not he's going to keep approaching. And if I do like him, I am going to give us this validation to encourage him, so he'll try more, and I'll give him permission to approach me. It's like Myron always says, I'm fresh and fit. He's like, who's the one that decides who has sex? The women. No, it's not the women. It's the men. We decide who has sex because we do the approaches. The only way that the women have control over who has sex is when we make the approach about her allowing us, her giving us permission to have sex with her, when she likes us so much that she just allows our game to continue and she allows us to go to the end. But really, the game is terrible because we're trying to get her to like us and we're putting her in this position where we're giving our fucking power away. Where we're like, okay, I'm gonna do all these things, and if you show me that you like it, I'll keep going, and then we'll fuck because you let me fuck. And it's this whole feeling when you approach a girl that how can you get her to let you fuck? And it's like that's the completely wrong lower level frame to just transcend that level and drop all game. We don't give a fuck whether she likes it or not. She's either going to get with the program and join us on feeling good on our level, and we're going to lift her up to our level. I mean, I think in a certain way, that's why it's called pickup, because we're picking her up to our level, and whether she can keep up or not, then she gets to fucking have this wonderful experience that we both culminate with fucking. Or if she fucks it up and starts playing all these games and starts trying to sabotage my game, I'm just gonna be like, nope, you fucking fucked up your chance later. And then that's when she's gonna start trying to chase us when we pull back, when we IOD, like all these techniques of push pull and everything that can only work when we own the frame and we're picking her up to our level, where she has to be picked up to our level. We establish the higher frame and she has to be elevated to our level. We give her the chance. We hand her the fucking ladder and we open the door so she can try to walk up the ladder and prove to us that she can be in this feel good frame with us without falling back to all these weird behaviors of trying to test us and shit test us, make sure we make enough money and blah, 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 blah. None of that shit matters because whether you have looks, money, status, or game, I've told you guys many times, I've said it in other frames. I don't care if a dude is 6'2", 6'3". You put me in a room full of millionaires that are 6'2", professional athletes, perfect bodies. They have everything on paper that a girl wants, supposedly. You put me in a room like that, I will still have more fun than anybody in that room. I've done it before. I've done it. I will do it again. And this is why I love to go out by myself. I actually don't like going out with other people. I prefer to go out by myself. And you won't know your game is good until you get to this point, bros, where you can go out by yourself and it's your preference. And it's my preference, not because I'm proving something to myself, not so I can prove to myself that I can feel good on my own. It's because I feel good. And when I can go out on my own and build my own adventures, build my own momentum, and just feel good by myself and continue to reinforce myself feeling good by not giving a fuck, not giving a fuck, not giving a fuck. And it pumps my state and pumps my state. I know I said I'm always in state. I am, but every time I go out and I fucking pump it up, I just increase more of being in state that I already am. It just makes it more of what it already is. I'm not pumping my state to get into state. I'm in state and I'm pumping that state that I'm already in. And when I go out with other people, this is why I prefer to go out by myself, is because I'm not even saying this to brag, but I have yet to fucking meet somebody that can fucking out party me, bro. I'm not drinking now, but if I were to drink, I'm drinking all night. I'm dancing all night. I'm pure release all night. I'm pure, I don't give a fuck all night. I'm talking to whoever the fuck I want all night. And I don't have to be like babysitting somebody else and making sure that they're having a good time too. Because most people, I'm telling the complete fucking truth, most people are stuck in the validation loop and they need things to be a certain way before they can be reassured by the situation and get the fucking reassurance they need to then just be themselves. I'm literally myself all the fucking time. And I don't even mean to do this, but just because I don't give a fuck and feel good on my own no matter what, it indirectly challenges everybody around me to have fucking not give a fuck frame too. And when they don't, people feel threatened by it. People try to fucking talk shit to me and knock me down and be like, you know what I mean? I haven't had too many bad experiences with people trying to make me look stupid. It's actually quite the opposite. When people see me out having fun by myself, people start paying attention to me and shit. People will start trying to get to know me sometimes. I definitely get people looking at me and shit. It's very, very, I could think maybe of like maybe 2 times where somebody started fucking hating on me. But other than those fucking couple of times, bro, it's like just the fact that you're having so much fucking fun, it challenges everybody around you. And if I'm out with somebody else and they're like most other people, where they can't just feel good and drop all game, they need reassurance. They need people to give them validation. They need certain things so they can get permission that it's okay for them to feel good. I have to now be like, I have to be validating them now. And I have to be like having fun and then checking in on them. You guys will see. Not only do I prefer to go out to myself because I like it better, I have to go out by myself because I have yet to meet somebody that can keep up with me and out fucking party me, dudes. Anyway, let's get back to the rest of this video.
Conscious level? What do you just naturally assume is on their mind? Now, what you're doing here is an exercise that may be the first time you've done it. Now that you've done this, fast forward 10 years and play that tape over and over and over, 365 days a year.
Okay, when he says fast forward the tape 10 fucking years, what he's establishing here, like, this is just the way that it is. This is just the way that it is. You're a hot girl and guys are trying to get you. And we're part of that group of guys that are trying to get this hot girl. So for us to get the girl to give us permission to allow us to fuck, after it's been established that over these 10 years, she's the prize, we need to now just accept this as a reality that she's the prize. If we have bad game, she's going to reject our game. If we have good game, she's going to accept our game. This is just the way it is. This is the reality of the situation. We must operate from this fucking perspective. And it's like incorrect. This is the perspective if you're in the lower level validation seeking frame where you need the girl to give you permission, where you have given the person who gives access to the sex, when you have given that position to the girl. We have that position. We are the ones that have figured out how to drop game. And remember what I said last time, dudes. It's almost like you need the hottest girls to be able to keep up with you on this level. I have found that out myself, that you need girls that are really hot, because while our journey to drop game and to drop validation seeking is literally to fucking figure out what it is and what it isn't, so we're able to drop it and just feel good, to not need validation and understand how we can feel good without it. On the flip side, the really hot girls, they transcend it by getting all the validation because they're hot and they're pretty and they're young and all the guys want to fuck them and all the simps are paying for all their shit. So they're receiving constant validation. So they do not have this need to get validation from anybody. And these are what like the 10s are, right? This is what 10 game is. We're dealing with girls that are receiving validation constantly. And because our game, if you're on the lower game, is about getting validating the girl in the way that she needs it. So she'll give us access to the pussy. She's going to be like, oh, your game is good. You have the best game. I validate your game. And the way that I validate your game is by letting you fuck. That's why these girls that are always validated and have transcended the validation seeking loop, not by seeing it for what it is and dropping it, but by achieving total validation. Like they got the validation, so now they can just like not even worry about it because they know more validation is coming. So it's literally not, it's also part of the reason why young girls that are hot tend to be very insecure because they know they can feel it on an intuitive level that the way that they've transcended the validation loop is via receiving validation all the time. But when they get older, when they hit the wall, they're going to lose that and they're going to get pulled back down into the validation loop and they're not going to know how to drop it. They're not going to know how to transcend it because the way they've dealt with it their whole lives, at least while they're hot, is they just receive the validation. So once the validation stops coming, they're not going to know what to do to get it back because they're not going to be hot enough. And they're going to be younger and hotter girls, and then the validation is going to be transferred to. And this is why girls are always competing with each other and hating on each other and so catty because they're fighting for the validation. Because just like we feel it, it sucks to be caught in a validation loop and you can't get the validation that you need, and you feel like you're not good enough because nobody will validate your existence and that like nobody loves you and shit. That's because you're caught in a motherfucking validation loop. But as far as like what I mean, that's for them to worry about. I'm not there to save these hoes, okay? What I am here to say is that they transcend the validation loop by getting the validation, and we transcend it and seeing the trap that it fucking is. So while after we've transcended the fucking validation loop in our later years, like older guys like me, or maybe older guys have been able to spit the game to you, but eventually, basically, the older guys were able to transcend it. This is why girls are attracted to the older guys. This is why the older guys have the strong frame. And then even for guys there are guys that also transcend the validation loop by achieving all the validation, like pro athletes and rock stars, and like they're everything that society deems as a success. And because they achieve the peak of the mountain, the girls give them all the validation, and those guys have the power to validate the girls who are in these validation loops because the guys have high status and fame and other girls that want them and money and blah 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 blah. So when you're caught in the validation frame, yes, there are guys that can transcend the validation loop by receiving all the validation as equally as girls. And this is what Myron is talking about when he says that girls live life on easy mode. It's because they get all the validation up front. And us guys, we have to earn it, he says. He's talking about the guys that are transcending the validation loop by achieving all the validation. But we can skip all that shit by seeing it for what it is, the trap for what it is, and dropping all game and kicking it to the side and realizing that we just got to feel good and we just have to not give a fuck. And the bar is actually super low. It's the opposite. It's not that the bar is super high, and the higher the bar is, the better, because not everybody's going to be able to reach that bar. It's actually that the bar is really low, and then we're able to fucking operate at this low bar level, but we're so caught up in all this fugazi of the validation loop that everybody else seems to be caught in as well, that it's super difficult to allow the bar to be that low, because then we're going to be like, yeah, but aren't I supposed to be doing all these things for people to like me? Actually, no, you just have to like yourself. And you can only do that when you drop the fucking validation loop, dudes. Okay, back to the video.
For 10 years. Now, how does it change? Now, after this has happened for 10 years, do you respect a man if he tries to hide the fact that he's trying to approach you and tries to be more subtle about it? Do you respect that? Or do you disrespect it? Are you more attracted to him or less?
So if the guy's trying to hide it, if the guy's trying to hide his intent, like they even have the fucking term in game where like, oh, you're gonna have to do an SOI. At some point, you're gonna have to show your intent, but you have to be very strategic about it. What they mean is like, you have to wait until the girl is giving you signs that she's validating your game. And once she's giving you signs that she's validating your game, then you can reveal your intent. But again, the only reason that she starts to validate your game is not even because your game is good, is because she likes you. She's aware that you're caught in a validation loop. And for you to drop the validation loop and if you guys can just start being real with each other, she's going to start to validate your game because she feels like you. And in the beginning, it's exciting to her. She validates you so you guys are real. But after you guys, hook up and you're boyfriend and girlfriend, and you're still caught in this validation loop where you're still doing stuff for her so she'll like you and make her feel like the prize and blah, blah, blah. Eventually that gets old to her where it's like, this is a stupid game. Like, he does things, I validate him. If I don't, then she starts to notice if I don't validate him, he starts getting mad at me. This is exhausting. It puts a lot of pressure on her. And then she meets a guy that doesn't need validation. Most of these like Chads that she meets, they transcended the validation loop because they've gotten all the validation, just like a hot girl transcends the validation loop by getting all the validation. But they're both still caught in a validation loop. And when she meets guys that have either transcended it by achieving all the validation, or she meets guys like us that have just learned, seen it for what it is, and have fully dropped it, and we're in our own frames. She feels hyper attracted to that guy, and she doesn't know why. Like she doesn't know why because we don't even. I didn't even know why for 17 years of what the validation loop even is, but we know what it is. This is what we're talking about now, but she doesn't even know why. And she feels so hyper attracted to you. And what she's actually hyper attracted to is your fucking frame, that you're not caught in a validation loop. This is why you see guys that are butt ugly with hot ass chicks because they've been able to drop the fucking loop. And this is why guys that are caught in the validation loop, when they see a hot girl with a not a good looking guy, they're like, he must have a bunch of money. He must have a big dick or whatever. It's like, it just doesn't make sense to them. Like how that guy is able to get all the validation, even though he's not like, he has to be rich or he has to have some kind of thing that helps him receive all the validation from girls. And it's like they just don't get it. They're caught in the. This is why you see all this fucking hate online and all this fucking cope online, where like dudes are hating on other dudes because they're all fighting for crumbs, bro. There's only so much validation to go around, and we're not fucking fighting for crumbs, dude. We are out this motherfucking loop.
How does the fact that you're approached regularly by men affect your overall view of men? Okay, again, imagine 10 years of this. It's happening, let's just say, at least several times a day in a subtle or overt way. After 10 years of
Okay, saying it's happening every day and all this shit. It's like, remember, when it's happening every day, that guys are trying to get, if you're the girl, right? Guys are trying to get you to validate them through your affection and love and sex and all that stuff. The girl is equally, this mythical girl that he's talking about, she's equally caught in the validation loop too. So she's also exhausted by this constant, like, needing to feel validated. And little by little, it's going to start creeping on her as the amount of attention she gets starts going down as she gets older, right? So it's like, also think about this girl from this perspective. She's also caught in a validation loop. She's not on some higher transcendental level above you. She's also caught in the same fucking loop, dude. And it's like the girls we really like are the ones that we have seen that have potential to also drop the loop. And listen, guys, I'm talking about I want to connect with girls and I want to see girls long term. If you just care about banging girls, then you don't have to teach them anything. You just have to drop the game. Your magneticism of being self validated and having no validation loop tendencies or behaviors is going to be super. This is why they're saying that the guy is mysterious. The guy is intriguing. There's something about him. He has a vibe. All these vague terms. It's because they don't understand how you can feel so good and why you feel so good. The reason you feel so good is because you're self-validated. Okay, so even what David D'Angelo is saying right now, 10 years of this, she's also caught in the same fucking loop. Dude, I wish there was a way to fucking quantify this. I would say people that are not caught in a validation loop, dudes, Dude, I don't know anybody. I literally know not a single person that is not caught in a fucking validation loop on some fucking level. And remember, dudes, I'm a fucking life coach. So I work with people all the time that I'm hearing their different stories. And it's like, I'm always just in the back of my head, like, you're caught in a validation loop, bro. And I'm doing my best to explain it to them. But sometimes they really have difficult, like, if you try to tell somebody that's caught in a validation loop, that they're caught in a validation loop, they're not going to understand what the fuck you're talking about because they're going to be like, yeah, but isn't that the whole point of life is to get people to like you and receive approval? I think maybe next stream, I'm going to do the life phases stream. And when I do the life phases stream, even in psychological theory, you're going to see in the psychosocial stages of development, you're going to see that even Erickson, who this is one of the most established theories in psychology that talks about how you develop as a healthy human being, even in each one of those phases, while I will go into, I do think they have validity, but even in every single one of his psychosocial stages, the way that you achieve each one and get what you need out of each one so you can successfully go to the next one, they're all based around approval from other people. Literally, it's even in science. Like, bro, I would say we're if you have been able to transcend the validation loop, number one, not only are you feeling good all the time by yourself, but number fucking two, you are probably, dude, you're probably in like 0.5% of the fucking world, bro. Like this is what I was saying earlier that I want to just meet somebody. I want to meet somebody that can out party me or that could even keep up with me when I party. It's just that it's difficult to meet people that aren't caught in this loop, dudes. You're such a rare, like, I hope you guys really are getting what I'm saying and start to fucking literally live it because once you do, you'll be able to see everybody else is caught in this fucking loop, bro. People will look at you like you're some kind of fucking like creature in a zoo, bro. Where people will look at me confused sometimes where they just won't understand how the fuck I feel so good all the time. And I'm fucking 5'5". I'm not attractive. I'm not jacked. I'm super broke. I'll tell you this shit, dudes. I've been able to achieve the level of game that I've achieved without any fucking success on the fucking like traditional validation levels. I'm not rich. I'm not tall. I'm not good looking. I don't have a lot of friends right now. Like most of the time, I actually don't have a lot of friends. I'm always hopping around different social circles. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a car. I just barely got a steady job. Like I said, I'm always broke. Like I'm basically a loser by society standard. Even look at my fucking stream right now, dude. I've got two people watching me on this fucking live stream right now, bro. And you know how many people would be talking shit about my live stream right now? Like he's got two fucking people watching the stream. Look at this fucking loser. Or they'll look at my views on my videos and they'll be like, he's getting like 20, 30 video, 30 views a video. This guy's a fucking loser. And despite these low numbers, bro, I don't give a fuck. I still feel better than anybody talking shit about me. And I don't even care. I'm not even saying that to hate on my haters, bro. God bless them, I don't need their validation and I don't need to feel like I'm better than them to validate myself either. They literally have no effect on my ability to feel good. And you guys will begin to fucking see this once you transcend the loop, how everybody else is caught in this shit and people are just not going to understand and they're going to call you crazy. They're going to call you extreme. Some people might even try to have conversations with you like, yo, man, like you got to calm down, man. You know what I mean? Like it makes some people are going to be made uncomfortable by just how you're not caught in the loop like they are. And they're not uncomfortable with you not being caught in the loop. What's actually really going on is they're projecting and you're making them aware of how they're caught in the loop and they can't just feel good like you can. By they cannot give a fuck like you truly not give a fuck. They cannot feel good regardless of their circumstances. Like I said, I'm poor. I'm basically a fucking loser, and I still don't give a fuck because I operate on this fucking level above everybody else that's caught down here in these fucking loops. All right, let's keep going. The video's almost over.
This overall, what are some of the thoughts you start to have about men as a gender? Based on that 10 years of experience, what kind of an approach is almost guaranteed to fail with you? Guaranteed to fail. Next, what kind of an approach is almost guaranteed to be different, interesting, engaging, attractive, and lead to a positive, energetic, spirited, chemistry-based conversation that has a very high likelihood of going on and leading to a date?
All right, young villain, I see your question. I'll get to it in a second, man. I just want to comment on the last thing that David D'Angelo said there. And welcome back, young villain. You are my number one. I'm always glad to see you, man. You're my number one most active person in the chat, so I always appreciate you being here, man. You've been here since day one, bro. If I ever blow up, I'm always going to remember you, man. And I'll bring you on to help me with my channel, bro, and start traveling with me. If I ever make any kind of success from this channel, bro, like respect, bro. I respect that you've been here from the beginning, but I'll get to your question in a moment. Okay, so what he said there at the end, he's like, what approach is going to make you stand out as opposed to the other guys? Okay, this is the interesting thing. What's going to make you stand out is that you're different. You have your own energy. You have your own perspective in life. You have your own like point in the universe that you're receiving it through, and your own interpretations of it, and your uniqueness or whatever. That's what's going to make you stand out. But it cannot make you stand out until you transcend the loop. Okay. And that's what's going to make your approach different, is that you're not caught in a validation loop. And once you're out of the validation loop and you now have a different energy and vibe to your approach, now your actual unique traits, your quirks, your personality that's unique is going to be your authentic self is going to be what attracts the girl, beyond the fact that you're not in a validation loop. So it's actually very easy to stand out. You can just be yourself. That's why that advice of being yourself, I would say the best advice to give somebody for pickup is be yourself and don't be creepy, right? And the way you don't be creepy is by not being in a validation loop, because validation loops are creepy. They make you reach, they make you want to get the girl to validate you and reassure you all the time, and puts a lot of pressure on her, because you feeling good depends on her making you feel good. And if for some reason she doesn't make you feel good, now the guy gets frustrated because he's not getting the validation that he wants. And the reason he's getting frustrated is because he's investing all this energy, and he feels that he's putting all this effort into the approach. He deserves to get validation from the girl. And when she doesn't give it to him, he gets mad. And that's creepy, like that's creepy, that you're basically a fucking energy vampire. And the guy also is not aware of it, and he thinks he's being a nice guy, but really he's being a motherfucking creep. And then once that's how you don't be creepy, by not being needy, and then you can just be yourself. If you're not creepy, meaning you don't need validation, you're not a fucking energy leech, and you're just yourself, that's it. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you stand out. And then some girls are going to like it. It's not like, by the way, it's not like if you just do this, every girl will like you. Some girls are still going to not like you no matter what. But even the girls that don't like you are not going to be able to deny that you're different. And maybe because you're different, they're going to hate on you or whatever. But the reason they're hating on you is because you're not caught in a validation loop. And it's making them aware of themselves that they can't affect you. They can't use their normal tricks on you to make you feel bad by not giving you validation. You've taken their power away, basically. And now they don't like you because of that. But they can't deny that. I think I forgot who said it, but like no matter who I approach, the girl's always attracted to me. And I 100% agree. I can always attract the girls, but it's not even necessarily a sexual attraction. It's an energetic attraction. Like she's always going to feel that I'm not in a validation loop, and I truly don't give a fuck. And I'm not trying to I don't need anything from everybody. And nothing is more attractive than an authentic person that is just validated by their own energy. And they're always going to be attracted to you. Now, whether they fucking are sexually attracted to you, whether they actually like who you are and your personality, that's a different thing. But no matter what girl I approach, she can never deny that I'm different and I feel different than anybody else. So that's to answer David D'Angelo's question. And if you want to watch the video, I believe it's called like Looking Exercise or something like that. Fuck, I deleted the fucking video, dudes. Let me just look real quick what it's called in case anybody wants to fucking watch it. The video is called shit. My computer is being a little slow. Sorry. The video is called Looking. Yeah, it's called Looking Exercise. And just put in Looking Exercise David D'Angelo, and it'll come up. And if you guys watch the video, I actually left a comment there. Leave a comment under my comment and be like, coming from the outer space, or my name is Catch. Catch sent me, like, show me some love, guys. Let me know you came from the stream. Again, Looking Exercise by David D'Angelo on YouTube. Okay, so young villain, let me get to your question, man. I wish I knew your name, man. Because, I mean, I'll just call you villain, I guess, if you want, but I wish I could just call you whatever it is that your name is. It feels weird to call you young villain. Okay, but villain, how do you have that type of bulletproof confidence in the starting stages like you're speaking of now? You just don't give a fuck, man. I don't know if you missed it. I was talking about this earlier about how I always walk around in state. And this isn't to say you can't pump your state. You can still pump your state, but you're just pumping the state that you already have. Like it's like you're pushing a button, but you're not increasing your state. You're just pumping it. It's hard to explain. It's like you feel good, so you're just being like, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. You're just pushing on that button. But for you to be able to push on that button, you need to have the state there for you to push on it. And then the way that you have it in the stages, like you're speaking of now, man, just be aware of the validation, bro. And the way that you can have that bulletproof confidence is knowing that you don't need anything from anybody to feel good. You don't need anybody. The frame is about feeling good. Okay. So you walk into the interaction. Say, even if I'm talking to a guy, or I'm just like walking around by myself, the whole purpose of you being present in this world right now is to feel fucking good. Okay, yes, sometimes bad things happen and you feel bad and you have to deal with those emotions and you have to go internal and realize what you need, and you take care of these things, these emotional needs you might have, which really all emotional needs come down to just paying attention to your emotions and not judging them, just being present with those emotions and feeling them. And once an emotion feels heard, then the emotion can like sort of release that fucking tension and you can just fucking like let it go and feel good again, because I feel like all good emotions are really good feelings, and they're a result of bad emotions getting dealt with. And then the result of dealing with a bad emotion is that you get a release in a good emotion. So the way that you maintain this bulletproof confidence all the time is you're in constant release. You're in constant release. And the way that you keep yourself in constant release is you constantly keep not giving a fuck. You keep a very low bar for what you need to allow yourself to feel good. So me, when I'm walking around fucking in state all the time, right? I'm not walking around worried about what I need to do, what other people think of me or anything. Like I literally just like I know that no matter what I do or what I say or how I act, I'm gonna feel good because it doesn't matter what I do. I can just feel good because I feel good. That's all that it is. You feel confident because you feel confident. The only thing that could fuck this up for you is if like you're like, I can't feel confident unless I have this proof that shows that I'm worthy of feeling confident. Like I can't feel confident unless I have $1 million in the bank. I can't fucking feel good unless I have some shoes that I need, or I can't feel good unless I watched an hour of game video and I know what I'm gonna do if I need to approach a girl. I can't feel good unless I do this thing first, I accomplish that thing, and then I can feel good because I know I accomplished that thing. I went to work today and made money, so now I'm allowed to feel good about myself. Nope. You can feel good all the time, man. Like I don't know if you were here when I was saying earlier, like, by all means, man, I'm basically a fucking loser, okay? I'm not rich. I'm not good looking. I'm not tall. I don't have a girlfriend right now. I, the house I live in isn't my house. I'm staying at somebody else's house right now. I'm not traveling. I am making money. I'm not making a lot of money. I literally everything about my life right now, you could objectively or by societal standards could say that I'm a fucking loser. But I still feel good all the time. And not to say that I'm not working on these things. I'm not trying to improve my situation because I'm not ignorant either. I'm not saying to feel good and then ignore the rest of your life. Like still work on your stuff in life. Like it work on it. But that doesn't mean you can't just feel good about your life right now. You can feel good about your life right now and still be chasing that bag. Because clearly, if I have more money, then I can have more experiences and I can feel good and, cool experiences. But even if I don't, man, even when I was homeless, even when I was in war and I was, my life was on the line every day, even when whatever. I mean, back then when I was homeless and when I was in war, I wasn't as solid right now in my frame as I am now. But if you were to put this version of me back then, I would be in state all the time anyway. Like it really doesn't matter. You feel good. Your only bar or requirement to feel good is that you feel good. I just feel good because I feel good. Like I just allow myself to feel good. I allow myself to be present. Whenever I get wrapped up, what's not going to allow you to feel good is when you get caught up in these needs where you're like, I need all these things in order to feel good. Let go of all that shit. You could still chase those things, but you don't need them to feel good. You feel good because you feel good. If you are caught in an interaction and you feel like you need to say the right thing and the girl needs to show you approval or you need any kind of approval socially in any way, and you're trying to think of the right thing to say or the right way to act or the right clothes to wear or whatever, so people will like you and give you validation, and then you can feel good as a result of doing the right thing, you're caught in a validation loop and you're not going to have this bulletproof confidence or state that you're asking me about. You just feel good because you feel good, man. I don't know how much, like, I feel like I'm being so clear right now, but at the same time, I don't know if you're like having difficulty understanding it because someone caught in a validation loop is like, but how can you just feel good when you don't have any reasons to feel good? It's like the reason for feeling good is feeling good, is because it feels good. So you just let it go, man. Let go of this need to see proof or evidence that you're allowed to feel good. Just give yourself permission to feel good. And you don't even give yourself permission. Just feel good, enjoy that it feels good. And then no matter what you do, you're still going to feel good. You're not going to be like, I feel good, but then I said this thing and it's weird. Now I have to like not feel good because I said something stupid. No, you're in constant release because you don't give a fuck about whatever you say or whatever you do, no matter what, you're gonna fucking feel good. That's how you don't give a fuck. It's a constant mode of release. I could say something, and when I say that thing, clearly in my mind, I'm gonna be like, oh damn, was that a smart thing to say, or was that a good answer? And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I feel good anyway. Release. Okay, I'm going outside and I have a big mustard stain on my fucking face, and people are looking at me. I mean, I would clean it if I'm gonna be real. I would clean it just because it's gross to me. But let's say I have this mustard stain on my face. I don't give a fuck. I still feel good. Whatever happened, I don't give a fuck. I still feel good. Like the bar is so low for you to feel good. You just allow yourself to feel good. I honestly think that our resting state is a feel good energy. And then our environment presents us with challenges. And then when we overcome those challenges, we feel good because we overcame those challenges. So then we get confused, thinking that, like, oh, well, for me to feel good, I need to accomplish things. And then me feeling good is a reward of me accomplishing that thing because I said the right thing. I have this amount of money. I have this status. I have this material object or external thing. And I was able to achieve that or receive it. So now I can feel good. Like I need this thing to allow me to feel good when literally you just have to fucking feel good. And every time that something happens and you continue to feel good, like it doesn't break your ability to feel good, everything becomes a release and everything feels good no matter what. And you can truly not give up. That's why it's don't give a fuck game. That is the ultimate frame. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to feel good no matter fucking what. I know maybe you're thinking now is like, well, what about having empathy for other people, because you can end up being a fucking idiot and doing all this stupid shit and everybody around you fucking hates you, but you're just like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I feel good. Yeah, I agree with you. Still have empathy, still care about other people, but you don't have the empathy for other people because you need other people to feel good so you can feel good. You're just doing it because you don't want to hurt other people, you know? And I mean, I guess I would say if I hurt other people, like I'm like literally like lighting somebody's house on fire or something and I ruin their life, I would need to be like, okay, this isn't good. I'm destroying people's lives. I guess I would still feel good. Like it wouldn't break my state. I would still feel good, but it's wrong, you know, like don't do wrong things. Still have social intelligence. I guess you could say a good uh, a benefit of feeling good all the time is that you get to share it with others. So it's like I feel good, so I can give it to others and they can feel good with me because I want others to join the party with me. And it makes me feel good to make other people feel good. But that still doesn't mean that I need that to feel good. Feel good no matter what, bro. And it starts with you. You can't make others feel good. You can't have this frame if you can't even hold it for yourself. And then as you start locking in, this is what I was saying earlier, man. I think to truly achieve top tier game to get to this point where I am at now, I was really able to achieve it by when I started going out by myself. I started going out by myself, and then when I started dancing, and I started going out by myself, and I'd be the only one dancing. I'd be out by myself. I'd have no girl with me when I would start the night, and nobody would be dancing, and I would start to dance alone, and people would be looking at me, and I wouldn't care. I just cared about dancing. I was just getting lost in the music and learning how to. I wasn't even dancing well either, and after I did that night after night of going out by myself, pumping my own state by my own dancing and getting lost in the music and getting lost in my own experience, and the bar got and I wasn't even dancing well. The bar was getting lower and lower and lower, and my brain started to learn that it's like, look, it doesn't even matter if you dance well. It doesn't even matter if anybody's dancing with you or cheering you on. It doesn't matter if you have any girls with you. It doesn't matter if you have any money. It doesn't matter anything. Literally, I was just dancing, and that was enough to feel good. And eventually, over time, my brain started to learn like, listen, all you need to feel good is to feel good. Like, just allow yourself to feel good. And it's not like it wasn't on my mind, man, that people are looking at me while I'm dancing by myself. You know, I was fully aware that people were looking at me. And and a lot of the time people would be looking at me, and it's not like they would be giving me encouragement. They would just be looking at me like, what the fuck? This guy's just dancing by himself and feeling good by himself. I look like a fucking creature. They don't understand how I can do that, you know? And a lot of people would get intrigued by me because, and I wasn't really aware of this at the time, but a lot of people would get intrigued by me because they're like, this guy's just feeling good by himself and nobody's cheering him on or anything. And he's just like, basically, they're watching me pump my own state and they're just like amazed by it or intrigued by it, you know, because they can't do that. And I'm thinking about this now as I reflect on it, but outside of what they were thinking and what they're experiencing on my end, I'm pumping my state. I know people are watching me, and I don't have a girl with me at the time because I started my night or whatever. And it didn't matter. I was able to just like enter into state through dancing. And after I did that night after night after night, starting by myself every single night and able to pump my state by myself every night, my brain eventually learned like, yo, bro, it's not, there is no bar. The bar is an illusion. You can just feel good because you feel good, bro. And you can do, as long as you get to just like move and like let it out and be in this feel good frame and you can express it, it's going to multiply. But and then if you put the bar high, like if you're like, I'm feeling good, but oh no, everybody's looking at me dance. I need people to fucking like, I should probably stop dancing because nobody wants to dance with me. Everybody's looking at me, so they probably think I'm fucking weird. Why are they staring at me? Of course, I would feel like that and I would just ignore it because I'd be like, that's bullshit. That doesn't matter. That's not going to allow me to fucking feel good. So, bro, the bar is an illusion. There is no bar. If you think there's some bar you need to meet before you can allow yourself to fucking be who the fuck you are and feel as awesome as you can feel all the time, you're caught up in the trap. You're wrapped up in the illusion. And if you should mostly, like I was saying earlier, you should be walking around with almost basically nothing going through your head. Should almost be like empty air, you know? You shouldn't be strategizing much, really. Like, it's not to say you can't be thinking things, but It's like the things you think shouldn't be like worrying you, or like it's just, bro, it's just like nothing should really bring you down, bro, because it's like, okay, I have to deal with that. I don't give a fuck. I still feel good. Oh no. Oh no, I have a bunch of bills to pay. Then I don't have any money. Oh no, I'm gonna like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent today. It's like I don't give a fuck, whatever. I still feel good. But then I can still be like, okay, I need to come up with a strategy because I need to be responsible and this is important. Like I need to take care of this my life and make sure I have these things that I need. But I don't give a fuck. I can still feel good about it anyway. Another thing comes up. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna feel good anyway, and I can still stay present in it. And like literally, bro, it's like I hope I'm doing a good job explaining it, man. I hope you're like picking it up, you know? I would say that I feel like you have a very, I feel like you understand what I'm saying, but I think that maybe once in a while when you're asking me these questions, stuff is breaking your state. Stuff is like, you're like, yeah, I get it. And then like the stream ends, and then tomorrow you're going to be doing whatever, or you're going to be out, and so, and you're going to want a girl. And then maybe you're going to go for the girl and it's not going to go well. And then you're going to feel bad because you didn't get her. You're going to feel like a loser, or you're going to feel like, when am I ever going to get good? And maybe your state's going to dip. It's not even bad that you feel those things if you do. Like if you feel these lower level emotions, I'm not saying it's bad to feel them. I'm just saying when you do feel them, they don't fucking matter. You can still feel good. And when I'm saying they don't fucking matter, I'm not saying don't pay attention to them and give them the attention they need so you can process them and like learn whatever you need to from them. But when you're doing that, you can still feel good, bro. The bar is a fucking illusion. You can feel good no matter what all the fucking time. All right. I feel like that's a pretty good stream for today. As you guys have probably noticed, I had to break it up into two streams. My parents are here visiting and they're like out there right now. They're like, I'm in my room right now, but like I'm in my bedroom right now, but they're out in their, they're like sleeping right now. So that's why I've been whispering this whole time. I'm not yelling like I usually do. That's why I had to cut the stream because they actually came back from what they were doing in the middle of the last stream. This is actually my third stream today, and I had to keep cutting it. The first time I had to cut, the first one I had to cut because I had a life coach meeting. I had to handle that meeting. Then after the second meeting, my parents got here, so I had to like cut that to like let them in and welcome them and like set them up so they can go to bed and stuff. And now this is the third stream. Only the real ones have been here for all three streams that I did today. But that's a stream for today. I'm still trying to keep this daily streaming level. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. The name of the video is Looking Exercise by David D'Angelo that we went over today. Tomorrow, I will most likely be going over an eye contact video that I was checking out. Or I might be going over those. I think actually I might go over, I don't know. I'm either going to do the eye contact video or I'm going to do the fucking life stages video. And I'm going to go over all 8 stages of the psychosocial stages of the development model. So we can talk about this validation loop that society is caught in. As you'll see when I go over the model, that every stage in the model for you to fucking achieve, to complete each model and move on to the next one, you have to get approval. Like it's based on approval from others. That's why it's called the psychosocial stages of development. It's like for you to get the psychological, your psychological needs met socially so you can develop, you need approval from others. And I'll break it down. I have a bunch of slides, just like when I did the hero's journey, I had a bunch of slides. It's actually one of the presentations I use for my life coaching. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. It's about to be midnight over here on the Pacific Coast. I will see you guys tomorrow on New Year's Eve. All right, dudes, later.